Okay. Now the final lesson before our mock exam. Now, today we come something more challenging. I give you the two topics. So one is the rate of reaction. The other one is energetics. Okay. So for the chemical students, later on they will have the final two, equilibrium and capacitance in chemical world. Okay, so you can watch the video late today. So in this video, we will focus on the first two topics, rate of reaction and energetics. Have you all got the file? Now it's time to spend some time on it, and I will find that this one is even more challenging because we have got two more points, something about mathematics. Something about mathematics, and you may find a little bit difficult to comprehend their logic, right? So you may spend some time on it. Read what is wrong. The final two topic. This is the one. Last. Here. Yep, energetics. You may find some calculations. They are not correct. Okay, so we have to go into correct it this time. So you may spend some more time on it. So I cannot add too many questions in this section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just nine misconception part, right? I'll let you share with you today because you need some time to do some calculations. Doing now. Energetics. Now I'll give you 5 minutes to take a glimpse on it. And I would like to mark attendance first of all. Have you all got the file? Okay. Attendance. The last one. Now, cannot receive a file or a file which has been I wait. I opened the Chem 2.1. You got it? I'll send it through the WhatsApp as well. It's for those who said that you don't have it. Chapter 7. period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5.景氣開中上，開中上，同家係溫俊豪，陳浩希。Where is 張家榮? Overslept again. Anyone who can wake him up? 張家榮 I cannot find his name.何展鵬、林家齊、麥耀南 Where are you? 麥耀南、潘若姐、蕭俊熙、黃俊熙、鄭群威、陳志軒、陳龍王。好 How about the first one?蕭俊熙。Standard FAB change of digitization refers to the enthalpy when one mole of acid and base react together. When one mole water is formed. Correct? Only this part? Yes, that's right. Standard condition 20度一個 ATM， 一個就298 Kelvin 一個 ATM。幾度啊？斌少
25.
Yes,
25.
25. Standard enthalpy change. So what is mean by standard enthalpy change? It's a you just mentioned is standard enthalpy change. Tautology 唔得意啊你，人哋問緊你咩叫 standard enthalpy change，你 refers to the standard enthalpy change。咁你冇解過嘢啊，哥哥啊？咁你呢個要幾時至要寫個所謂嘅表達緊 standard 嗰個意思咧？咁 OK， 好 creative 添，炒咗個前面嘅 standard 咪冇 standard 咯，係咪啊？咁呢個係其中一種做法啦。咁但係如果我真係個 standard 要 call 住嗰陣時扣先，後邊 stand 呢個 enthalpy change， 跟住 add 呢個 under standard condition 嗰度咧，嗰個定義咪就係反映咗個 standard 咯。OK，under standard condition。咁頭先講咗啦，個 standard condition 咧就係298 Kelvin 1 ATM and one mole of acid and base react together is wrong. It's not that. Okay, so one mole of water is formed under standard condition. 咁樣寫啱唔啱？ 啱唔啱啊？係咪啱啊？成班 Chem 2都覺得啱啦，係咪啊？Standard enthalpy change of neutralization refer to the enthalpy change when one mole of water is formed under standard condition。
唔係直接寫咗298 K1 ATM 好過就咁寫 standard condition 咩？
哦，要寫200Kelvin 一個 ATM， 仲有冇？係咪啱噶啦？終於有人識見到呢個字眼啦，就係、是、你 one mole of water is formed 咧，佢可以指好多嘢噶嘛。佢點樣去製作1 mole 嘅水先？你冇講到喎。咁即係話俾你聽咧，嗱，你即係話咧，成條式咧有一樣嘢好緊要係冇講咧，就係、是、嗰個 type of reaction 啦。That is neutralization reaction. So in this sentence, you did not tell anything about the type of reaction with neutralization. It can be formation, right? It can be formation of water. It can be combustion of hydrogen gas. 係嘛？所以 it can also form one mole of water. Okay, it depends on the equation what you are going to refer. So remember, you are going to put down when 1 mole of water is formed from the neutralization reaction between an acid and an alkali, right? This is the reaction. Now, before you tell that definition and neutralization. 所以記住咧，唔係就咁齋，即係你查咗 acid base 就寫翻 warm water 咁就完啦。咁反而咧就顧之失彼啦。原來 acid and base react together 呢個意思係要有翻喺度嘅。跟唔跟到？想聽明唔明呢度發生咩事 ？OK， 得唔得 ？And OK 啦嘛，即係原來你要睇表達翻嗰個意思喺度嘅。好，第二個啦 ，the equation of the standard enthalpy change of formation of sodium chloride is 如果係講緊 standard enthalpy change formation of sodium chloride 就係咁啦，兩個 Na 一個 Cl2 變兩個 NaCl。陳龍哥，咁呢個有咩問題啊？呢句？Yes, form 1 mole of NaCl. Yes, form 1 mole of NaCl. What else? Now, if I use this, which means you're going to put it as 1, and this one's half, and this one's 1, right? So Na plus half mole Cl2 to form NaCl. What else? Something is missing. Na is not in the most stable state. Somebody say so. Na is not the most stable state. Now, of course, for sodium, so it depends on the definition of standard enthalpy change of formation of a substance. Of a substance is formed from the reaction from its constituent element in its most stable state. So Na, what is the most stable state at room temperature and pressure? It is just Na, solid. So for the subsequent chemical reaction that follows, right, it is not what we cannot control. Okay, so and the answer is still Na, solid. So remember, please add those physical states as well and make it 1 mole. Now, formation of this, for this substance, it revert to 1 mole. And if you, the similar cases while you are having, one more point is this delta H of combustion, right? Delta H of combustion of a substance. So we have got a unit, kilojoule per mole. So per mole here refers to that field, right? that 1 mole of the substance to be burned completely. Okay, so we have got that 3 definitions: delta H of neutralization, delta H of formation, delta H of combustion of a substance. If you have a circle here, right, on the top right-hand corner, which means standard, okay, standard conditions, 298 Kelvin, 1 atm. This must be stated, okay? You have to state that while you give the definition, and it is commonly asked, right? The definition. Please memorize this, and also this. We've got that 3. Okay, got it? 好，下一個咯喎，難啊，開始呢啲，因為咧要評價下人哋喺度計錯啲乜啊。咁呢度咧可以嗱，要少少時間 digest 下，究竟人哋錯啲乜啊？就係呢條啦 ，calculation 1 50 cm cube of 0.5 hydrochloric acid is allowed to mix with 50.0 cm cube 0.5 molar ammonia. The temperature rise is 1.93 degrees Celsius. So calculate the enthalpy change of neutralization between ammonia and nitric acid. Nothing to be mentioned about standard state or not, but you just write down delta H of neutralization. So they present it like this. Okay. And what's next is to take a look on the calculations. They want to take into account, it seems that they want to take into account of any heat absorbed by the polystyrene cup. Do you realize? Somebody will say that it's nitric acid, hydrochloric acid. Yeah. You may find, if you stick back to hydrochloric acid here, you may stick back to this hydrochloric acid. If you stick back to nitric acid keep it as this, nitric acid is on top. But the calculations part, we focus on calculations part. I do think it's a typo here. Delta H of ionization of NH3. What does it mean by that? Ionization. (10:35) 張家榮, why you wake up so late? Like is positive, is endothermic. So 龐家豪, you want to tell, or for this type of calculations, okay, for this type of calculations, it is plus, that should be minus, plus, or what? What do you mean by that? They want to show you the delta H of ionization of ammonia. Do you mean that? But take a look on the equation on top, the steps on top. We have got an acid, we have got an alkali. They mix together, we've got temperature rise. So it is neutralization. Right? 呢度係講緊中和狀啦，係咪？呢個跟住攞呢個數據繼續做嘛，咁樣 neutralization 咯，其實都啱嘅。咁下邊咧，咁錯咩？揾個最精神嘅答啦，張家榮。 咁上邊寫咗 joule per kilogram per Kelvin 喎。咁如果佢係 joule per kilogram per Kelvin 嘅話咧 ，same 咩啊 ？same 咩？張哥，我唔知你講咩 ？same 咩？咁如果呢一嚿係計緊佢個單位係 joule per kilogram per Kelvin 嘅話，咁而你估下呢度計緊乜嘢？呢個 temperature rise 啊，咁即係其實呢個係 Kelvin 啦 ，same reaction 咩啊？乜嘢我唔知諗乜。跟住咧，咁如果我查嘅話，咁呢嚿係咩嚟嘅？呢啲係 gram 嘅嘢啦，係嘛？但唔係喎，除1000啊嘛。咁即係話佢其實係計緊 kilogram 啊，係咪啊？明唔明 ？Okay, you get the point? Better. Now somebody, you just circle the delta H of neutralization. The whole procedure is not calculating the delta H of neutralization. Instead, it is heat released. Heat released. Okay. So heat released, heat is given out. So that's why I've got the positive number. So if I just say that release, they will give you the direction of heat transfer already. Okay, they have given you the direction of heat transfer from the system to the surroundings. So in this calculations, the whole calculations, you need not add this one. You need not add a plus here, right? Because if I say that it is released, it's no need to have plus or minus. What else? Now, first of all, from the first half, is it correct? The delta H of the mass of a solution, we've got the 2, 50, 50. 50 plus 50 becomes 100 gram, which means 0.1 kilogram. And for the specific capacity polystyrene cup, this later on for calculations. For the first half is just used for the it just comes from the assumption, right? The assume that the solution would have the same specific capacity as water. Can you see that? They have got just assumption. So if it is a solution, if it is also this, I can put it here. But if I did not specify anything here, they just give you this, but not the specific heat capacity of solution. What should I do in DSE? Yes, you are going to make it as an assumption. Now you are going to assume the delta, the specific capacity of solution equals that of water. Okay. So this is one way. Okay. I give you another solution, right? The whole thing is wrong. You just sit here, don't do that anything, and wait for next year. Okay, it's much better, right? Wait until those questions becomes correct. Now, sometimes while you sit in the exam center, you still need to figure out what you should do next. Now, so the first part that is correct, right? So how about the second part? They want to calculate what? They know that the expanded polystyrene cup would also absorb heat. Okay, so they want to take into account for some heat partly absorbed by that. So this is the intention, right? So take a look. We have got the polystyrene cup being 300 gram. Okay, 300 grams. So take a look on the unit first of all. Gram here. Gram. Yes, that's right. Somebody have spotted out. So you may have got gram here, but for 0.8 kilo, a kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin, right? So you may see that these two doesn't match. We're going to change it to kilogram. You want to do it like this, or you want to do it like this. Now, if it is gram or kilogram, what do you want? So first of all, this one is still kilogram. Now, it's not that gram that would affect the calculations. Take a look very carefully. Yes, that's right. It is kilojoule. So this is kilogram. Take a look on this. So it is kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. So this part it is Kelvin. This part, what is that? So after crossing them out all those, the whole thing becomes kilojoule. Can you get a point? So they want to convert it back to joule because for that calculations part, before that it is joule. So you finally make it as a joule. So the whole thing after calculations, you are going to times it 1000 to make it from kilojoule back to joule. Do you understand? 你明講乜嘢? So by but it is just the calculations of heat released. How about delta H of neutralization? You still need to do some calculations, right? Afterwards. 我當你改晒所有嘢啦，仲爭啲乜嘢？ Heat release over the number of moles of H2O form. Now, remember, you are going to mention like this, right? Don't write it down anything about heat release in this case. Okay, because heat release, it will give you something with direction. So it is somewhat about heat involved. So the whole thing here, we'll put a minus sign. Okay, I put the whole thing correct. It's correct point, put it here, over the number of moles of water form. But what is the number of moles of water form? 0. What? 0.025 係啊？呢個係0.025係嘛木？ So what will be the final answer? 嗱，要改晒啦，撳翻出嚟啦，係咩？咁而呢度咧，留意下個計數咧，呢度至要出負啊，呢一個係至要出呢個負嘅，負幾多？我叫你撳機啊！睇翻而家俾緊嘅 data， 你會計到啲咩？計到幾多？張家榮計到幾多？你有冇計數機出嚟撳啊？咩啊？咩個撳金啊？咩㗎？ 咁即係幾多？其他咧？Is about 哇1,273.8咁多，正權威計到50.9，漲緊啦，累緊啦，累緊啦，-50，-50.9，累緊啦。喂，點會1000幾啊，哥哥？你咪玩嘢啊！-55點幾？唔係我要你去計數啊，計出嚟你計到啲乜啦？唔係背嗰個答案啊，因為佢有機會係嗰條題目俾嘅數據而去計出嚟噶嘛，係嘛？嗱，有一個數咧就真係要記嘅，就係、一個 strong acid、strong alkali 計出嚟，即係做一個 delta H of neutralization 嗰陣時，佢應該個數係幾多？-57.3係咪咁上下？-57.1至-57.3咁上下 kilojoule per mol。咁所以咧，張家榮咧，你計咗出嚟計咗1000幾咧，你就唔好咁快撳佢出嚟啦，因為咧你呢個答案擺明係錯嘅。咁你錯，你 even 佢係一個咩 weak acid 啊，或者 weak alkali 計出嚟，好似頭先龐家浩講啊，咩又話有啲能量係攞嚟做拆咗啲 bond ionization 啊，即係呢啲等等都好，個數亦都唔會同佢離行離合辣到咁噶嘛，係咪啊？佢原本係放熱，佢放冇咁多嘅熱啫嘛，咁放冇咁多嘅熱就係咩啊？就係負，即係細個數值上係細過我個 magnitude 啊 ，magnitude 咧就應該係細過57點幾咯。咁即係 less negative 咯，係嘛？明唔明我咩？嗱，而家我哋講緊一個 weak 嘅 alkaline 同埋一個 strong acid 嘅計出嚟 delta H of neutralization， 我計出嚟應該係 less negative 㗎。係嘛 ？less negative than 一個 strong acid、strong alkaline 嘅 delta H of neutralization。跟唔跟到？得唔得？你本身個數字就係 negative 噶嘛，咁所以你就係要比較佢係 less negative 定 more negative 啦。如果 more negative 嘅意思係再放多啲熱咯 ，less negative 就係放少啲熱咯。好，去到呢度，明唔明發生緊咩事？張家榮知唔知要留意嘅嘢
？Yes。
但係答我嗰個唔係張家榮咯，即係陰公。唉，人哋小氣啦，唔答啦，一係就瞓咗覺。係你知你小氣嘛？頭先講咗啦，因為咧呢一堆嘢咧係錯㗎，你要揾得翻，你要揾翻邊度爭啲乜啊，乘啲乜加啲乜啊 ？OK？嗱呢條題目啊，哇！你明唔明啊？點解一計數咧搞耐？因為最慘係咩？嗱，我今日要做嘅嘢好簡單啫，我就係要令到你係感受一下阿 Sir 改緊卷嗰時嘅狀況，就係咁嘅。Calculations 2，佢話 given the standard enthalpy change of combustion of hydrocarbon and methanol 就係呢3嚿。By constructing enthalpy cycle, find the enthalpy change of formation of methanol。咁佢就話咗呢嚿嘢啦。咁你又研究下啦。 咁佢有咩問題喺呢度？陳浩希啊，係我有人圈咗一個係佢點錯法呢個？係啊，原來乘2嚟喎呢個係，跟住仲有咧，即係其實個 calculations 呢度下邊呢一忽咧都係錯噶啦，係嘛？呢個都錯啦，應該要咩啊？乘2啦，係咪？好啦，佢嗰啲direction 啱唔啱㗎？而家嗱計 delta H of formation of methanol 係1 mole 啦，1 mole of methanol is formed。咁啊 from its carbon and its most stable state。咁如果你真係自己考試做嗰陣時，應該呢個要點寫？要點寫呢嚿嘢
C graphite 咯。
係啦，要寫翻 graphite 嘅，就唔係咁寫 carbon 嘅，要寫埋 graphite 嘅，得唔得？好啦，跟住就半 mole O2 呢嚿嘢。嗱咁咧啲O2 其實咧應該咧，我平時教咧，我就要你咁樣畫晒上去嘅，係嘛？我叫你咁樣畫晒上去嘅，係嘛？跟住呢度呢3楷嘢，呢3楷入邊嘅餡咧，佢計緊 carbon atom、hydrogen atom、oxygen atom 嘅數量咧，要係一樣嘅，得唔得？咁即係有幾多個 O 啊？4個 O 啦，幾個碳啊？1個碳啦，有幾多 H 啊？係4個 H 係啦，咁你練齊嘅，得唔得？好啦，跟住下邊個答案應該係咩啊？當你執翻好啦，即係呢度係乘2至啱啦。咁呢個數唔啱啦，咁係咩啊？咁呢個都唔啱啦，呢個係乘2啦，即係-286乘2啦，等於再減多一個數再大啲啊嘛，再減多286咯，即係幾多啊？286 46再減286咪-240咯，係咪啊？Kilojoule per mole 得唔得？點點？有冇嘢嘛？好，跟住下一條咯，第3條又係計數啊。佢用 calorimeter 嚟做 calculation of combustion of methanol 啦，攞1.5 gram 嘅 methanol was used 50 gram of water was heated up by 31 Kelvin. Given that the heat capacity of calorimeter is 840 joule per Kelvin, calculate the enthalpy change of combustion. 跟住後邊咧就計呢個咯。好啦，咁你睇下佢錯啲咩啦？ 查晒。唉，淨係查呢個，點解你要查呢個咧？點解唔要呢個咧？係啦 ，B 嚿咧係840joule per Kelvin，嗰個係要 heat capacity，唔係 specific heat capacity。咁原來佢計咗咧，佢入邊嗰個 mass 嗰個因素落去㗎啦，得唔得？咁所以咧呢一個數咧就唔需要嗱，呢度就咁寫 joule per Kelvin 嘛，咁即係 mass，即係呢成嚿嘢唔係 mole mass 啊，係計咗落去啊，係計咗落去啊，即係呢個你唔明啊？唔係冇 mass 係有 mass 啊，你個 calorimeter 係有 mass，有 mass 㗎，自己有 mass，係一個 object 嚟㗎嘛，叫有 mass 啊。咁第二啦，就係呢嚿 calorimeter 咧，佢有兩個數值會講嘅。第一個叫 specific heat capacity，一個叫 heat capacity。heat capacity 咧就係計緊咩咧？就係講緊呢嚿 calorimeter 做整體每升高1度所需嘅所需嘅 joule，OK， 所需嘅能量。而 specific capacity 咧就講緊咩咧 ？for 1個 kilogram 或者 for 1 gram 嘅物質，每升高1度所需嘅能量。咁所以咧唔係冇 mass 㗎，係有 mass 㗎，計咗落去㗎啦，得唔得？哇！呢啲 physics 真係嚇，話俾你聽冇 mass 真係咁死嘅啫。咁31個 Kelvin 啦，係啊，唔得咯，啲 physics 好差，話俾唔上聽。跟住咧就50 gram， 我都係讀 physics 㗎，你知唔知啊？跟住咧就50 gram 啦。咁你呢度除1000就變咗做 kilogram 啦，係咪啊？4200 joule per kilogram per Kelvin 啦。咁原來呢條題目咧個精髓咧就好簡單啫。唔該請你同我 check 單位 ，check 清楚嘅單位，你就知有啲嘢錯錯地㗎，係嘛？記唔記到？咁好啦，當你執翻好晒所有嘢之後啦，咁個除嗰咩1.5除咩12加1乘4加16係咩嚟？What is that？乜東東嚟㗎？係啦 ，number of moles of methanol 呢嚿嘢係 number of moles of methanol， 自己 mark 翻低 number of moles of methanol。甲醇啊，攞個甲醇佢走嚟燒嘛。咁成個實驗係做啲咩咧？係假設所有燃燒出嚟嘅熱會點啊？就會俾個 calorimeter 同埋俾水咧俾你吸晒，得唔得？咁所以我要計翻係1 mole 嘅數，你唔使攞 methanol 嚟 burn 1 mole 噶嘛。你知佢特定分量，你咪可以 project 咁計翻 project 翻去 mole 咯。得唔得？咁所以咧個答案係幾多啊？呢個唔啱，答案係負幾多？黃俊豪計到咩？呢嚿計到咩？負幾多？有冇人計到？負694 kilojoule per mole 合理 ，OK 得唔得 ？kilojoule per mole 明啦。好，講完嗰個 energetics 啦。好，快打 rate of reaction 1、2、3、4個，仲有4個。好，差唔多啱啱好啦。Rate of reaction for the reaction between sodium thiosulfate and dilute hydrochloric acid. The following is a method to measure the rate. Since gaseous SO2 will be produced in the reaction, may be used as a measuring cylinder to measure the volume of SO2 produced to determine the reaction rate. 哦，改完 aqueous 啦，就都可以度 volume of SO2 係咪啊？係啦 ，SO2 it is soluble in water, so we cannot measure the you cannot using the monitoring the change in volume of SO2 to determine the reaction rate。咁你知我下條問題問你咩㗎啦 ？So what is the correct method? Measure the time required the mark at the bottom of the flask to be invisible. Okay, so the whole experiment, the design should be modified. So we place first of all a conical flask or the beaker, and on above a white towel with a mark cross or the paper with a mark cross. What's next? 好似 essay 題目咁樣。What's next? I pour the solution mixture together and start to stop wash and look it vertically. Okay, and vertically, and try to time the mark cross to be blotted up. 呢個 essay 係咪寫咗109000幾次啊？我哋有冇寫過啊？有啦，所以冇理由唔識寫嘅呢個。邊個答 no 啊？背咗佢啊，唔該。咁所以咁而我點樣度個 range 啊？而家呢度，我哋讀嘅 range 唔係真係個 range 喎，呢個 range 係咩㗎？一個 relative 嘅 data 嚟嘅啫，一個 relative 嘅 rate of reaction 嚟嘅啫 ，which is inversely proportional to the time taken for the mark cross to be blotted out. Okay, so this is what we are going to have for this type of measurements. Okay, equation 記唔記得點寫？仲記唔記得 equation？ 記得啊。Thiosulfate plus acid to form SO2. What else? Sulfur and H2O. 仲記唔記得？背咗佢啊，唔該。問咗好多次㗎啦，我哋。有咩問？好，第二條。Consider the equation. If 4.0 mole of this substance is hydrazine, actually. Hydrazine is allowed to react with 5.0 mole of N2OH4. Find the volume of gas produced at room temperature and pressure. Oh, this is N2O4. Sorry, it's not NH4. NH4. It's N2O4. Okay, all of you please mark it down. It's N2O4. N2O4. It's N2O4. And then, yeah, somebody have mentioned at room temperature and pressure, this one will condense back to liquid. So you can never calculate this part to add into the total moles of gases produced. So this is not correct. It's just 13.0 mole of a gas to be produced. It's 13.0 mole of gas to be produced. It's not that. It's 312 dm cube. Okay. Questions? Now the third one. The following reactions takes place at 850 degrees at fixed container, fixed volume closed container like this. 3 students propose 3 different methods to follow the progressive reaction. I said thing is using monitor the volume, change of volume of liquid form. Gabby monitor the change of volume of gas. While Tommy, they would suggest using calorimeter. So comments on the three methods. Volume of gas is feasible, is it? How about the volume of liquid? Why is the volume of gas feasible?
Because there are more moles of gas on the product side than on the reactant side.
Are different. They are different moles of the total moles of a gas on the left hand side and the right hand side. For the reactant side and product side, they are different.
Yeah.
So altogether 9 molar of the gases, they forms 4 molars of the gases. So measured volume of gas is possible.
No, that's not possible, because you're taking place in a fixed volume closed container, so you cannot measure the volume of gas. You can only measure the pressure of the gas.
Okay, now take a look on this fixed volume closed container, 850 degrees Celsius. So all those, they are in gas, right? They are in gas form. First of all. Second, brown gas. Which one is brown gas? 張家榮. Which one is brown gas? I said before, 張家榮, do not stay with 陳浩希 too often.
There aren't any brown gases.
Okay, you get infected.咩 brown gas 啊？邊個 brown gas 啊？
Nitrogen monoxide is colorless until it reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide, which is brown.
Yeah, that's right. So it is not it's NO gas, right? It's NO gas. It's NO gas. Okay. So among the 3 methods, now volume of liquid form can be monitored. Not really. Okay. So because the temperature inside is quite high. Volume of gas can be monitored. It's not feasible because fixed volume closed container we cannot get. Pressure change, yes. Because total molar is 9 versus 10, a little bit change in the pressure, total pressure of the system. How about this? What is that term? Calorimeter. I'm disappointed he didn't make the same job. 算啦，冇咁啦，羅子。Now this 咩嚟㗎？呢個
Just measuring the temperature change, but
calorimeter 定 calorimeter 大佬咩嚟㗎？
The calorimeter, the
calorimeter, the calorimeter. Which one? Now even yes, I changed it to calorimeter. We still cannot it is not feasible to reuse, right? For this case, because no colored gas will be formed。咁所以咧呢個咧嗱，我逼你留意下呢隻字啫。嗱 calorimeter 呢啲字啊，小心啲。我 even 我識 calorimeter 咧都唔啱嘅，因為冇有顏色嘅氣體。跟唔跟到 ？OK， 好最尾條喎。In experiment 話咩㗎？黐線嘅。Sucrose undergoes hydrolysis to give glucose and fructose, both with a molecular formula this, and using HCl as a catalyst. The student claims that the progress of a reaction cannot be monitored by polarimeter, that it does not exist a pair of enantiomers. Comment on this statement. 乜嘢嚟㗎 ？polarimeter 咩嚟㗎？咩嚟㗎？係啦，原來呢個 all cam 題目嚟嘅，咩嚟㗎？哥哥 ，yes， check for the different enantiomers, right? Yes, the polarimeter is the instrument for you. It is organic chemistry. Okay, they rotate the plane polarized light into different directions. So, what would be the problem about this? What is that? Glucose and fructose. Okay, now about these two chemicals, are they optically active? Do you know? And similarly for sucrose, are they optically active? 有冇人知呢三嚿嘢 are they optically active？ 三嚿都係。So if three of them, you mean？ 咁我知係咪三個都係？但如果佢三個都係 optically active， 咁即係 glucose 係，跟住咧，嗱，重點係咩咧？嗱，如果你三個都係，或者其中一兩個都係，都 check 唔 check 到咧？係可以 check 到嘅。點解啊？嗱，如果三個都唔係就冇 check 啦，係咪？如果其中有一個係有optical isomers 咧，其實係可以係啦，因為唔同嘅物質 they have a different degree of rotation of plane polarized light, either in different direction or in different degrees. So you may use this as a start for you to monitor the progress of a reaction. Can you get my point? 陳景熙，你做咩啫你？二 enantiomers 喺呢度都冇，我都冇講過啲乜呢度。咁你背 enantiomers 嗰啲定義做乜鬼啫？呢啲 property 做乜鬼啫？即係其實呢個咧有啲九唔搭八嘅呢度。
阿景熙黐得好稀多啊！出事啊！
係啦，係啦，陳景熙、陳浩熙同埋張家榮啊，三兄弟啊，係啊，三個黐埋一堆咧。行開啦，同你唔熟啊，係啊，全部都有啲問題嘅。好啦，咁所以咧，你明唔明？你明唔明咧？呢一度成個嘅實驗玩緊啲咩啊？即係原來大學咧都仲有，我唔知啊，我唔想知啊。好啦，咁啊最主要咧就係講緊 rate of reaction，OK？咁啊呢個係終極嘅一個例子啦，又撈埋小個 cam。當然啦，你話 DSE 問唔問？哇，講真 ，glucose、fructose、sucrose 佢唔俾個結構你咧，唔俾個 3D diagram 你咧，你做唔到啊，因為你噏唔到嗰個 point 就係佢哋 optically active 個位 ，optical activity 嗰個位，得唔得？咁所以你答唔到嗰個點 monitor progress of reaction， 但係呢個好深嘅題目嚟嘅。OK， 有咩問？咁啊呢堂完喎，下次你睇翻個 YouTube 咧，就睇 Chem 1咧，就係 equilibrium 同 patterns in chemical world。咁我哋就專心考你哋嘅幕啦，得唔得？有冇嘢講？ 係咁啦，拜拜。陳景
好
希想死
拜拜
嘅，陳景係咪想死啊你㗎？